BLAC community is a diverse group of people who share a common ancestry and cultural heritage, and who have a history of facing unique challenges and discrimination. Despite this, the BLAC community has a rich history of resilience, creativity and achievement, and has made significant contributions to various fields, including the arts, sciences and politics. In recent years, the BLAC community has been at the forefront of important social and political movements. Despite progress in some areas, the BLAC community continues to face significant challenges, including racial disparities in income, education, health, and criminal justice. Addressing these disparities and working towards greater racial equity is an ongoing effort that requires the involvement and support of individuals and communities across society. The BLAC Awards, the Bright Lights Awards ceremony, is a new and unique awards initiative which boldly draws attention to pertinent issues in the BLAC community. Self-determination is self-love. Self-determination is what the BLAC Awards supremely encourages and supports. Marcus Messiah Garvey once said, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." In terms of its role as a change agent, the BLAC Awards plays an important role in raising awareness and inspiring action around the important issues by celebrating the contributions and achievements of individuals and organisations. We showcase the positive impact that is possible and can inspire to get involved. Additionally, we serve as a platform for promoting important causes and messages, and can bring together like-minded individuals to discuss and act on issues of common concern. Self-empowerment and self-determination are important concepts in today's society, as they can help individuals to take control of their lives, pursue their goals and aspirations, and create positive change.
Such an award ceremony as this is really just the tip of the iceberg in terms of what we need to do. Even as far as WYLA is concerned, we know that there's the Manhood Academy, there's the West Side Young Leaders Academy, there's now East Side Young Leaders Academy, there's also Lewisham Young Leaders Academy. There's so many of these things which are now springing up on behalf of our people, aiming at the youth, because if we're not focused on our young people, then really we're whistling Dixie as far as the future is concerned. So it's very, very important that we concentrate on developing our young people, because they're the future, and so this is why this is so important.
What you're doing is really, really special. It really, really is. So I really hope that we're going to celebrate with one another today and really give people their flowers whilst they're alive, and celebrate the gifts and the greatness that is not just in each and every single one of us, but for me, my passion is young people. Croydon has over 93,500 young people and growing. We've got the largest youth population in any London borough.
Our young leaders, as we call them, are the future. And if we empower them by helping them to understand who they are, where they came from, then we are preparing correctly for our future. Our future is important, but unless we empower our young people and our community, starting with family and then community, then it's important for that empowerment to take us to the next level.
It's not guns and knives that kill people, it's mindsets. But once you invest in that mindset, once you help them to understand that they're limitless in their potential, you award their success, then they have the ability to grow and to become successful.
Good evening, everybody. Really blessed to be here, and thankful for the connections. You guys are doing an amazing job, so thank you very much. Okay. We have the nominees Highfield Sports and Social Club, the Vey Hair Salon, and Graceful Graves. And the winner is Graceful Graves.
Thank you so much. This was really unexpected. Graceful Graves is a grave cleaning and maintenance company. It was founded after my dad passed away in 2020, and I was doing something that I really enjoyed, spending time down at the cemetery, and thought other people may need this, whether it's work, whether it's you're moving, whether you're part of the older community and you don't have the mobility anymore. It feels nice to do something for your loved one when they're no longer here.
With self-determination and endurance and consistency and persistence, that's what makes the whole dream work.
My name's Leslie Ahinijan. I'm actually one of the assistant district secretaries in Croydon NEU, but I'm here under the guise of the BLAC Organising Forum. So we are a group of teachers within the National Education Union, and we really support black educators, support staff within the union, because sometimes it's a difficult space to be in as a black teacher in schools today. Just very quickly, because I know we've not got a lot of time, I wanted to thank the RAF for being here. My son's going to be mad at me, but he's actually just been accepted to start his basic training. So I'm really excited, so thank you. And I'm here to do the award for Services to Education, so here we go. The nomination Services to Education, Reverend Nicholas, is it Nanayan? Thank you. Mark Johnson, and More Education. And the winner is Reverend Nicholas.
Teacher, I beg you ring the bell.
I want to say thank you to the BLAC Award Committee and the sponsors. We are from an organization known as Kingsgen Foundation, and our job is to raise the aspiration of the black children. We have what we call Catch Them Young. That means we start from age of 5, and we put them into debating club, public speakings, breaking barriers. But our main goal is to strategically position them into where they're supposed to be in this country. We have students in the top schools in this nation: Eton College, Harrow, Harvard, Columbia. Black children, we have these children there.
The only limitation that we have in this life is found within ourselves. And oftentimes, if you don't know that there's an opportunity, then you're not going to get to that place. Opportunities are never lost, they're only given to other people. Which is why it's so important that personal development and self-empowerment is within and spoken into people's lives, so they know how to develop themselves, that they know that they are capable, and that they are given the type of knowledge that will build them up to understand goal setting, to understand financial education, to understand how to save, to understand what type of things to read and the books in which they need to, digest, to understand the content that they're to listen to, and to understand the videos to watch, whether that be motivational content or whatever, to unlock the creative potential, to unlock the potential that's within them. I tell you, this is about really helping people to awaken inside.
Walk around, guys. Walk around. Change direction.
Providing access to quality education is a key factor in promoting upward mobility and reducing disparities within black communities.
Recognition is actually more valuable than anything else, because people recognize what you have done. And it's like how can I put it? It's like a silent award. You don't know you're getting it until you actually receive it. So I'd like to thank everybody for this award, and also my team, Daddy Yancy, Back to Basics, and all the rest of the team that never gets any mentions, because it's always the person at the top that gets all the mentions. But I'd like to large up the whole team, and it's a large team too, but people don't realise that.
It's important for our young people to recognise who they are, where they come from, and where they're going. And they can only really have an understanding of that from other people in the community. So first and foremost, we need, as adults, we need to have a recognition and understanding as to who we are and where we come from, so we can pass that information on to young people. And that, the reason why it's powerful is because it gives people a sense of self, a sense of who they are.
All right, blessings and love. Listen, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. My name is Jamal Carley Campbell. I'm an advocate of the early years. I've been in the early years for around about 21 years. And that is youth services. A lot of the time, the early years is overlooked. It's seen as an establishment where children are put in just to go and play, you know, so their parents can go and work. But I'll let you know tonight that the early years is the foundation to all learning. Yeah? Let me say it again. The early years is the foundation to all learning. Now listen, this young man from Lewisham Borough stands here as an early years consultant, educator, author. So I advise on all platforms. Yeah? I advise museums, I advise the BBC, I advise universities, I advise on children's literacy, which is so important. Our children are going to settings without any black books. Let me tell you that again. Our children are going to settings without any black books, black resources. Do not overlook your nurseries. Do not overlook your early year settings. Yeah? Blessings and love. Let's crack on. All right, people. And tonight's nominees are Winston Good. I big up Winston. Nathaniel Pete and Loran Lewis. And the winner is... I big up Nathaniel. Yes, man.
I feel good. I knew I would. I feel good.
At the table, I said, wow. You know why I said wow? Because I'm getting it from my people. You have to understand, listen, I run an organisation called the Safety Box. We've had a measured impact of working with over 19,000 young people in the UK. When we go into the prison, we work with the black men to get them out of prison so they come out and be productive. We delivered over 35,000 hours last year of one-to-one therapy support for young people. This is not about me, this is about them. So that they can stand on the shoulders, because let me tell you, the graft that we've been through, under the ground, like the roots of a tree. And I got to give homage to those who have walked before me under the roots of the tree, because it's through their shoulders that we stand. I want to thank the Most High for this. I want to thank my lovely wife. I want to thank my family. I want to thank my community. Let us aspire higher. Let us move forward and let us power through so that we can show our true power in the middle of darkness, shining our light.
Allow people to know how valuable they are, because sometimes we lose sight of that. We lose sight of the fact that we are important to each other and the value, and everybody wants to know how much they're valued.
To be fearless in the pursuit of life, achieving one's desires, goals, visions. Despite the challenges, hurdles, frustrations, and wrongs often presented by life. To be focused, dedicated, determined, and motivated, giving yourself full permission to be as bold, creative, insightful, and learned in everything that you do. The award I'm announcing tonight is Overcoming Adversity, and I think that when it comes to empowerment, you need to be able to do some of the things that I mentioned in order to overcome adversity. So without further ado, let's crack on with announcing the nominees. So we have Miriam Adair Jonker, Ashley Kelly, Ahmed Mohammed, massive round of applause to Ahmed Mohammed.
Wow. First of all, I just want to say thanks to my beautiful wife. Without you, I wouldn't be here today. Just shortly about myself, I came to this country as an unaccompanied asylum seeker at the age of 14. From northern Nigeria, I was a refugee. I was homeless for 2 weeks on the streets. I've been through the care system, the immigration system. I've been told I will get deported. I've exhausted all my rights, but I'm here today because of the Most High. I'm the CEO and founder of You vs. You, where we support young refugees, care leavers, and disadvantaged young black people in our community across Haringey and Enfield. And I also work in the mayor's office. Who would ever believe a young refugee would be in this, where I am today? So if I can do it, I believe you will be also.
So I'm here today with the delegation from the Royal Air Force. We're one of the prime sponsors of this event. I grew up not too far away from here. I'm a South London boy myself. Mum's Zambian, father's from London, and like many of the people that have come here this evening, I'm of this community. And so it's a lovely story at the end of Black History Month for someone that's come from this area to be able to come back and share and celebrate in the successes of those people from African and Caribbean communities.
What an absolutely wonderful evening and pleasure to be here, celebrating all the nominees and winners, and not just them, but absolutely everyone in this room tonight. The topic I would like to speak about includes absolutely everyone here, and this is why I celebrate you all. Tonight I will be speaking on adversity and overcoming it. We have all had to face some sort of adversity in our lives, whether big or small, and probably will continue to. But the fact you are all here tonight means whatever you have faced, you have already overcome, because you are here tonight. And this is why I celebrate you all. We never know what the person sitting next to us has had to overcome, but one thing we do know is adversity is not easy. If I told you between the ages of 5 to 11, I had to witness my father smashing my mother's windows every week because he wanted to kill her, and quite often, the bricks used to smash them missed my head by inches. We often lived in darkness due to the windows always being boarded up. Would you believe me? If I told you I always see my mother running scared for her life, often covered in the life fluid that we need to survive with broken bones, would you believe me? If I told you I grew up in a dysfunctional home with alcoholic parents who exposed me to most drugs, would you believe me? If I told you at the tender age of between 7 to 8, I witnessed my father chop a man with a bladed instrument, whilst using other bladed objects to cause near fatal damage, would you believe me? If I told you I had tried heroin, crack, ecstasy, acid, and marijuana by the age of 12, would you believe me? If I told you at the tender age of 15, 16, and 17, I'd given birth to 3 baby boys, would you believe me? If I told you at the tender age of 16, I had to bury one of my sons, 7 months old, to cot death, would you believe me? If I told you I had my nose broken and was attacked with a hammer and hit in the head several times, suffered financial, physical and emotional abuse by someone I loved, would you believe me? If I told you I found my father dead in his home and had to reopen my son's grave to bury him and relive that experience all over again, would you believe me? This is just a small snippet of some of the major events in my life. And why am I telling you these things? I'm telling you these things because this is not who I am. This is not what defines me, but it is certainly what shaped me into who I am today. I reached an age in my early 20s feeling like I'd experienced everything that was so bad in life. But in my heart, I still had love. Yet had never really felt it, but I still had faith. I knew there must be something better out there. So I started looking in different places for the good, for better. I was no failure. My parents' mistakes were not mine. I was just a kid. Now I am an adult. I make my own choices. Life is about choices. You do not have to settle. You do not have to suffer in pain. You do not have to carry shame. You hold the pen to the story of your life. Life is full of adversities. Adversities do not stop. They come in all forms. The one thing I can say regarding adversities is there is a lesson in every single one, and you must be able to sit back and say, what can I learn from this? Take that lesson and learn from it so that you do not keep repeating it. Break the cycles in your life. I have to wrap up. Thank you for listening. So right now, I'd like to call upon a lady who sure knows and identifies with adversity. She is one who has pushed past obstacles and raised the bar to be a voice and fight for the rights of those who are or have been victims of racism. A woman I identify with who has had to bury her son, but also due to her resilience and tenacity. A woman of integrity who makes a way for others. This lady continues to rise despite whatever challenges she has had to face. And because of her perspective and persistence, she bears the fruit of her labour. Here to present this next award, I have the honour to welcome Baroness Doreen Lawrence.
The Stephen Lawrence case was a high-profile murder case in the United Kingdom that took place in 1993. Stephen Lawrence was a black teenager who was killed in a racially motivated attack while waiting for a bus in south-east London. The Stephen Lawrence case shone a light on the issue of institutional racism within the police force and led to increased efforts to address this issue. After years of tireless campaigning by Stephen's parents, Doreen and Neville Lawrence, the case was reopened in 1997, and in 2012, 2 of the killers were finally convicted of Stephen's murder and sentenced to life in prison. It's a powerful example of the importance of persistent advocacy and the impact that can be achieved through tireless efforts to seek justice and to drive positive change.
Taking a village to raise a child. I remember hearing this as I was growing up. We are here to honour an organisation who have provided supplementary education for over 40 years. And I wanted to sort of remind you of, talk about supplementary education, I wanted to talk about Bernard Cord. I don't know how many of you will sort of remember about him. He was the one who wrote the book, How the West Indian Child Has Been Made Educational Subnormal in the British School System. Parents from black community realised that their children were being failed by the British school system. Many parents sought out after school clubs for their children's education. Education is at the heart of everything, and I think about myself and my own children growing up and my grandchildren. Both the charities that I set up over the years as education at its heart. Both of my surviving children have achieved education at degree level, and I would like to see the same thing as possible for many children as we're talking about here today. Listening this evening to so many people who have achieved and the work that you have done in order to support people within your community. The foundation, I started back in 2020, is looking how we can continue to support young people. As part of what we're doing at the moment is looking at apprenticeship, because I think not all child can go off to university, so they need to start somewhere, and apprenticeship is something that our foundation is working with. In fact, working with Adidas, the sports company, which is what we're doing. And I'd like to see as many of our young people be able to go through the system around apprenticeship. As I said, education is at the heart, and sometimes many of our children don't get the opportunity to study as they would like to.
Unaccustomed as I am to making public speeches. No, honestly, big up to the BLAC Awards, big up to Lady Doreen Lawrence. God damn. Basically, the CSEP, Croydon Supplementary Education Project, we did turn, how old are we now? 40? We are 40 years old. We doing our thing are in the community. We don't just do children's education, we do adult education. So check out what we're doing, and big up to the organisation here for recognising our work. We are, what's the word, chuffed. As the young people like to say, we are gassed. Thank you very much.
The 5 main frameworks of community empowerment are esteem, feeling better, resilience, doing better, growth, being better, community, better sense of belonging, change.
Tonight represents us absolutely empowering, acknowledging the great works that each and every one of us is doing. Awards like this is fundamental because what it does, it shares the collective work which is taking place, not just in London, but all over the UK. And so I love nights like this because it allows us to network, allows us to organise, and allows us to make sure we appreciate the great works that so many people are doing in order to make this world a better place.
You can waste your lives drawing lines, or you can live your life crossing them. And that's Shonda Rhimes. I'm really proud to be here to actually give the award for Best Online Media. And the shortlisted nominees are, I feel like I'm at the Oscars. The Black Women Working Podcast. Show a bit more love than that. Give them some sugar. The Hidden Truth. And BWT Stories. And the winner is The Hidden Truth. I'm gender biased, so I'm going to give this mic to a woman.
Well, can I start by saying good evening, everybody? A double shock. I'm really surprised. I'm really happy that Hidden Truth have got this, but it's a double shock that I've been asked to speak. Can I just ask, put your hands up if you're a Hidden Truth supporter in the room tonight. I want to say thank you to everybody on behalf of the whole team here and Hidden Truth, and particularly Brother Andrew for the show he's put on, got us through lockdown, and has continued the show, and it's now international. So thank you, Brother Andrew. Thank you to the team. Thank you.
Building bridges and promoting understanding between different communities is essential for promoting unity and reducing tensions. This requires creating opportunities for open and respectful dialogue, promoting diversity and inclusion.
I think it's important for two reasons. One is to recognise how much talent there is in a community, but more importantly, how much activism there is in a community as well, how much giving back takes place in a community, how many people work together to ensure that there are organisations that are supporting and representing the community.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Loretta Kelly. I am the founder of UK Food Aid Community CIC, based in Nottingham. UK Food Aid works with surplus food. We have recently set up a community cafe within a community centre in the Meadows area where we can reach out to the local community, provide them support and signpost them to the services that we have in the area. I am going to present the award for Best Radio Station now. And the nominees are Roots Yard Radio, Lightning Radio, and Station FM. And the winner is Lightning Radio.
Okay, I just want to thank each and every one of you for this award. It's been a long road for us, especially with the loss of one of our part owners, and Jason. His family's over there, and you know, it's just giving Lightning Radio the strength to carry on and do what we're doing. I mean, we're doing it because we don't get our type of music on the radio, so we have to do it somehow and support the community as well. All right, and this is Jason's brother, aka Fox. This is his brother who's taken over his share. Okay, and we're just going to try and keep it as much as we can. So once again, I just want to thank each and every one of you who voted for lightningradio.net.
The BLAC Awards serve as a gathering place for people who share common interests, values, or experiences. This can help to build a sense of community and create opportunities for networking and collaboration.
So good evening, everyone. I'm honoured to be here tonight. I am Sandra Smith, an acting sergeant working for Bedfordshire Police as a Positive Action Strategic Lead. I often think about what my mum would be thinking if she found out that I worked in policing. Sadly, we lost her to COVID in 2020. Being a lady from the Windrush generation, she had her views on policing, actually very strong views, and never wanted me to join, although it was a childhood ambition. But that aside, she would immensely be proud of what I've achieved, especially around the WoCiP movement, which I founded last year. I could tell you this movement was inspired by heroic women of colour like Rosa Parks or Harriet Tubman, or actually Cicely Faye Allen, but no, it wasn't. This movement was inspired by my mother, Doral May Mohan. A headstrong, independent Jamaican-born single parent, along with the aunties and communities in which she lived, she always held her head up high. My mother was a phenomenal woman who was never recognised or supported to develop and achieve her full potential in many of the multiple jobs that she had, actually sometimes 3 or 4 at a time. For me, my mother is a person that should be honoured here today. I would just like to say, well done, Mom, you were amazing. WoCiP is about recognising and supporting and developing unsung, phenomenal black women in employment. It is about recognising the invaluable contributions they make to society and the workplace. It is about sharing their success and using them as an inspiration to young people, particularly women. I would like to end with a quote from my mother. And what she always used to say to us as children is, actually, what was meant for you won't pass you by. So to all those black women out there, young or old, keep fighting your fight, keep shining your light. You will be recognised and rewarded.
So we're here to help and support others. I think that's the whole basis of what we're doing, trying to encourage each other, trying to encourage our community so that we can support one another, because sometimes we find that very difficult.
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Those who don't know who Paul Carnival is. Mommy, me want to be a footballer. That's what you think. I'm the first black player for Chelsea Football Club. Yeah. So at the times of it, the racism I receive from the majority of my own fans. That's for 3 years. But I fought through, and now I have them coming and apologizing to me. So I'm a campaign against racism. I also have my foundation. I'm also an author of Black and Blue, that won Best Sports Book of the Year. So a lot of things happening. I've been given a suite down at Chelsea in my name, Carnival, and we had our first Black History Month in my suite this week. So no further ado, because we're right here, we're running out of time, and things are running, service to youth mentoring, and here on the nominees, Christopher, how do you pronounce that name? Otikatu? I hope so. Kamari Oze Awezi? I'm going to pronounce this. Russell Green, here we go. Well, I hope it was the easiest one. And the winner, you got him, it's Russell Green.
Bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free.
Boy, I just want to give thanks and praise first to the highmost, the most high. I want to give thanks to the giants I stand on, who didn't just mentor me, they soul modeled me. They told me about resilience, turning life into the best you can do. Same for young people. As my dad would say, every puppy pick up flea. And we need to make sure we look after our young people in this time. I do believe we're in a time of excellence, and I want us to continue to build that community up. And I want to shout out to all my colleagues in Birmingham who couldn't come. Children of the Sun, Regenesis Youth, Big Local, 26 years I've been working, and you must love it, not for the money, you do it for the people. Blessings, thank you.
It's important for us as a community to keep taking positive steps and doing for self, because in this community, if we don't do for self, we let each other down and we're letting down the next generation.
Well, good evening. I'm going to put on my posh voice. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to the BLAC Awards. And we got the BLAC Award and the Royal Force. Yeah, that's one. Right. Let me get my finger. Right. For all who don't know me, my name is Sandra from Gogglebox. I was there for 5 years. Yeah, and I left 5 years ago. And from I left, I've had a bigger journey. They left me more famous, but I didn't see the contract. So, them sold me to Netflix. And I don't get no money. But then left me famous, yeah? All right. Thank you very much now. So, what's the next bit now? So, let me do the posh bit. So, I'm doing where's that bit? You never show me, no one ever telling me nothing. No, but the sound system. Yeah, oh my God. Right, so, hi guys. So the best sound system to be nominated is V-Rocket, I didn't go there. WoCiP, me never go there. And Just Shaka. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, where's it? Where's the winner card? Where is it? You see? They never tell me what I want, you know. That guy in there. Oh, could you hold it for me? Hold on, let's see what's going on.
Behind you, the winner's behind you, look.
And the winner is V-Rocket. Yeah! Where was your club? Because I don't remember rocking there.
Well, we're originally from Nottingham. Okay, so thank you so much. This is the team. I'm normally full of words, but this is totally unexpected. So first of all, I've got to thank Black Achievement Awards, the Royal Air Force. I've got to thank my family, Sophie, Robert, Marcella, Debbie, the family that's come down today. The sound actually started back in 1964 from my late parents. And I've been at the forefront of things for a female that's been in a male-dominated industry. And it's not been easy, but I've always had a great team around us. So thank you to Britain's Got Reggae that put our names forward. Charlene, thank you so much. We don't expect this because we're tucked away in Nottingham. When you talk about Nottingham, you talk about two things. You talk about Robin Hood and you talk about V-Rocket.
In terms of its role as a change agent, the BLAC Awards plays an important role in raising awareness and inspiring action around the important issues by celebrating the contributions and achievements of individuals and organisations.
Good evening, all. This is a hard one for me, I didn't see it coming. However, I would like to say thank you to the BLAC Awards for letting us to be part of this unique event tonight. And I know how much hard work you've put through to put this night tonight. So on behalf of the Royal Air Force, all present today, and all those with us today, thank you for letting us be part of these BLAC Awards and letting us to be your partner. So for that, we thank you.
In terms of tonight, it actually engineers and really fundamentally goes forward towards what's actually happening in our community. We need to empower ourselves economically, socially, and spiritually. These are the elements that have been taken away from us over the last 500 years, but especially in the last 50 years. And so tonight, nights like this is fundamentally crucial for what we need to do as a community. Acknowledge, empower and salute each other.
Good evening. I am Samantha Alexander from Bedfordshire Police. I'm a fingerprint expert. I'm on secondment as a positive action lead. I am the sort of arm of Sandra Smith, Sergeant Sandra Smith sitting here. We are women of colour in policing. Sandra's birth child after the death of her mother. Looking around, not seeing anyone who looks like her, but we are in a diverse and inclusive organisation. And I want to say to everyone who says all the things that are said about policing, unless you're in it, we can't change it. So I put it to you to step up today and help change that narrative. I want to thank our volunteers in the corner over there, Andrea, our young WoCiP influencers, Ellisse, who's been singing today, Boy Say So, who's been supporting our work. And I just want to say that without my mum, she was the first in my life, Mrs. Ursula Lewis MBE, fostered over 5,000 children for Hackney. When fostering wasn't fabulous and wasn't paid for, and she did it from the love of her heart. Each one of us need to reach one. And today, to my colleagues in the corner over there, our managers at Bedfordshire Police, thank you for your support and thank you for seeing us, because we need this work to continue, not only in policing, but in every industry. And Sandra, I salute you. To my sister and my husband and my daughter, thank you all, God bless. So the nominees are Vinette Hoffman-Jackson, Stephen Barnabas, Levi Scarlett. And the winner is Stephen Barnabas.
Here, half the breath. I know you're still living your life after death. Every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I run an organisation in Waltham Forest, and it's called Project Zero, and it's all about engaging young people in positive activities. So it's like a youth space, a youth club, getting young people off the streets and promoting social inclusion. Every single young person that comes in through that door, I consider them to be my son and my daughter. And it's been mentioned a few times tonight that it takes a village to raise a child. So that actually means that everybody in this room is actually a parent and a guardian, and we must all have that mindset. So you should all give yourselves a big round of applause. We've all got a very important role to be very aspirational to our young people. So I would like to thank, obviously, my family over there and my friends over there. But most of all, I'd like to thank God for the grace and the mercy and the patience needed to be a parent. So thank you.
The engagement within the community, that's what BLAC Awards is all about. And I'm here in support of WoCiP, women of colour, just here to just show the influence of what we've been doing within the community. That's engaging with the young people, engaging with the people that's ready to make a change in these times, and also to empower themselves. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
I just want to say, it's been a hell of a journey. You know, I've been in activism and services to my community for over 30 years. And I've fought for many, many a cause in our community, from knife crime to equality in education for black boys. But none has been quite a fight as this one, as the His Time Is Up campaign. It's a controversial campaign. It's like Marmite, you either love us or you hate us. And I say to all the haters, we did it. We did it. This little one is the inspiration. She represents the next generation. And what we fight for is to make the streets safer for her in her own community and those others like her. I just want to say big up, big up, big up to the community, to those that voted, and that we are not stopping. We are going to be having His Time Is Up March 2023 next year, and it will keep on going until we have the infrastructure in place and I can go and retire back to Africa for where I was. Thank you.
Living without you, 'cause you were my sister, my strength, and
Good evening, everyone. Just want to thank the award. This is for Paulette Wilson. She's a Windrush campaigner. I'm Patrick Vernon, by the way. She was a close friend of mine. We campaigned together to expose the Windrush scandal. And then she kept on campaigning for justice in terms of compensation scheme and for the rights of the Windrush generation. Her daughter, Natalie, couldn't be here tonight, so I'm here representing the family. And I know there's not many people here tonight, but I've got two messages for all of you. The Windrush scandal is still ongoing. There are tens of thousands of victims of the Windrush scandal not being paid. The Home Office and the government have treated them with disrespect. Over 27 people have died, still waiting for compensation. So I want the support of the community. You need to write to your local MP, your local councillor, to say that the compensation scheme needs to be removed from the Home Office and to manage it independently so there's proper justice for the Windrush generation. Because people don't trust the Home Office. Would you? And the second point I want to raise tonight, next year is going to be a special year. It's going to be the 75th anniversary of the Empire Windrush ship dock in Tilbury. 75 years of the Windrush generation. Your grandparents, our parents, our aunts and uncles. This is going to be the last significant year of a commemoration where some of our living Windrush generation people are still alive. For example, my dad's 91, my mum's in the 80s. So I want people organising stuff, wherever you are in the country, to recognise those Windrush generation people still alive. But don't forget the ones like Paula Wilson who have sadly died. A broken woman, broken because of the Windrush scandal. And I know that this will make a big difference for the family because they're still suffering loss, there's still bereavement still happening, and this will be a little support for them. So thank you for everyone that nominated and voted for Paulette Wilson. Thank you very much.
Self-empowerment and self-determination are important concepts in today's society, as they can help individuals to take control of their lives, pursue their goals and aspirations, and create positive change.
At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Oh yeah, at last, the skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up in clover. The night I looked at you, now I found a dream that I can speak to, a dream that I can call my own. And I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I have never known. Oh yeah, you smile, oh and then the spell was cast. Now here we are in heaven, for you are mine at last, at last, at last, at last.
Give a big clap, please.